Today's been a hard day. I'm definitely not going to be the first today, and I'm definitely not going to be the last today to post something about the death of Ozzy, and that really kind of is a shame, But I mean, the reality is Ozzy had a really good, long life, especially considering all the tragedies that he lived through. And I'm not talking even his substance abuse. I'm talking, like the actual accident with the ATV and stuff like that, right? And then, but I'm instead of dwelling on the grief and the sadness and all that of Ozzy's passing, I decided to go with a real kind of warm thought instead, because, Ozzy's gone, man, but we know wherever Ozzy went, Lemmy was sitting there with a pint of beer waiting for him. We absolutely know that Ozzy was, Lemmy was there to greet Ozzy, the second Ozzy's heart stopped, Lemmy was there. And speaking of Ozzy's heart stopping, I know some people will say this is insensitive, but as the Ozzy fan that I am, I truly hope that Ozzy's words were "let's go fucking crazy," and then he bangs his last rail on the crazy train, and his heart kicks out, and he's done. That's how I want to picture Ozzy going. Maybe doing some weird kinky stuff with Sharon. That's how I like to think of Ozzy going. Ozzy going in the most Ozzy-like way. And like I said, 5 seconds after Ozzy's left this planet, Lemmy's there greeting him with a pint of beer. And they're hugging. And they're letting out man tears. Because they missed each other, man. And that's when Randy steps up, man. Big hug for Randy. And Bon Scott as well. Because a lot of people don't remember or don't know that Ozzy and Bon Scott were really tight as well. I've covered this in past reviews, but, Suicide Solution. So, I'm thinking right there, you got, 3 really good friends that been waiting a while for him. Chokes me up just thinking about it, man. And not sad chokes me up, man. Happy chokes me up, It's the right type of chokes you up. And then, as night descends, I like to think they're in heaven. The great cosmic beyond, the universe, all of space, visual to them, so they can see it, play in the great cosmos. And, you hear the bass crackle, come to life, and Lemmy's getting ready to warm it up, and he gets a tap on the shoulder, and it's Cliff Burton, and Cliff's like, no, man. You two got to do this one together. Let me take the bass on this one. And Lemmy's like, Cliff, that's cool. And Ozzy's sitting there. He's like, Cliff, I've waited a long time to get to do this with you, but dude, everybody's all warm. And then, Dimebag Daryl comes walking out. He's like, Ozzy, I'm going to play your rhythm guitar for you, man. Give it Zach for you, man. I'm here for Zach. Zach's been doing Pantera for me. I'm going to do Zach for you. And I was like, oh, mate, I love you. Give him a big hug. And then Randy goes and Randy plugs in. He's like, I missed you, Ozzy. And And then they're sitting there, and Neil Peart comes walking up. He's like, "I'd like to do this. I'd really like to do this. Let's get this heavy." Neil jumps in on the drum set, and they just kick into Hellraiser, man. Ozzy and Lemmy doing the trade-off back and forth on it. Randy and Dimebag doing their own separate things, getting this epic-y, solo-y, coolest thing, man. Neil just doing his thing, and Cliff just doing his best to make Lemmy proud at the same time, man. This is what I like to think's going on in heaven tonight, man. We got a great goodbye show. I think in heaven tonight, they're getting a good hello show, man. Because, like, there's a lot of other musicians up there, too, man, that I know I'm not even thinking of. I'm just going with the easy names, For all I know, Bonham could be up in there. Keith Moon's going to want to get in on some of that percussion, quite possibly, man. It's a sad place on earth today, but it's a happy day in heaven. And that's how I want to remember it, man. It's how I want to think of Ozzy today. People that loved him here, they're going to have to wait a while to be with him again. But Ozzy's with people that he's missed for a long time now, too. And on that, folks, peace, love, take care.